Gentlemen, ladies, and anyone in between, I welcome you all, and today we'll be getting up close and personal with the only 16-carrier braided fishing line available in the U.S. market from Hi Tena, their Airbraid Silky 43-pound test pink braided fishing line. Now, for you guys out there that may not be familiar with the company Hi Tena, they're a Japanese-based company. They haven't really been in the U.S. market very long, and they came across my radar back when I did the Fanatic Pro braided line, analysis, where I mentioned it was the most expensive fishing line available in the U.S. market, and somebody on Stripers Online by Riddler mentioned that Hi Tena was. And I'm like, you know what? I think you're right. It was a brand name that I remembered seeing. They had some really interesting stuff, but due to marketing and whatnot, I just never crossed paths with them. So I decided to look into them. I reached out to them and asked to see if they would send me a sample. And I put it out to you guys back on my YouTube back channel, where I put posts up asking you guys questions and letting you guys know stuff. And I asked what pound test and what version you guys wanted, and I just took an average. You guys wanted me to use the Silky, and I contacted Hi Tena again, letting them know. And I'm like, listen, some guys want the finesse 8-pound stuff. Some guys who want me to look at some of the heavier lines want me to go with the 30, 40, and 50. So we decided to go with the 43 because it's roughly the same exact diameter and same actual breaking strength unknotted as Daiwa's J-Braid Grand 30-pound. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack the package. I am as interested as you are to see just how slick this stuff is. And did that do it? Okie dokie. This is the spool it comes on. And there's a little label right there. I'm just going to see if we can tear that out. Now, the first thing I notice is it's not like a box weave. Most braided fishing lines, they're not round. They claim rounders, blah, 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 and they're not round. And right out of the gate, this doesn't feel like what I was expecting. It has some body to it. It's not super limp. You can see it kind of stands out a little bit. Nothing too crazy. We'll grab the J-Braid 30-pound to do a comparison. See how the pink stands out further than the gray? Now, for me personally, ultra limp braids, I'd rather have something with a little bit of body. That way you get fewer tip wraps. And it's very smooth, as I had hoped. You can feel a little bit of texture. I'm going to go ahead and clip the microphone to it, but man, when I pinch it and kind of roll it between my fingers, see how it just wants to spin really easily? And when I grab the J-Braid, it kind of goes like half and half, like so if you guys want a rounder construction, I think this might be the roundest braid besides maybe a hollow core or right up there with it. Now, I have this out here because it just came in the mail. And, I've made, claims in the past about, the Ardent Gliss or the WFT Gliss as being the smoothest PE line on the market. And I ordered this stuff because I was curious what their fiber glide was, because it said the same thing that Gliss said, where it's not a monofilm, it's not a braid. This stuff, as far as I can tell, even the packaging is identical. It's Gliss. So this is the smoothest line on the market. And comparing it to this line, it is noticeably smoother. Like this stuff, it's just PE fibers laid parallel, next to each other and fused with some black magic. This is a weave, so there's going to be a little bit of texture to it. And it is slick, though. I'll give it that. So that's why this is out here. I just wanted to see how much smoother this was than this, or the other way around. So we're now going to go ahead and, I don't know, what are we going to do? This is nice stuff. I will definitely say I'm intrigued. That's right, we're going to clip the microphone to it. Duh. I'm going to go back the other way for the true test. We'll do the same thing with the J braid. And one important thing to note is that it's dense. Like, this is solid stuff. I mean, this feels like there's just not much going on. This stuff feels weighty, I guess is the best way to put it. It feels solid. Oops. Now, I don't know if you can see here, but when I'm pulling it, see, it kind of flattens it out right before it hits the clip. That's kind of what I mean. There's no squish in that other stuff. This is some pretty interesting stuff. I hope that came out as clean as I had hoped. It's not on this level of smoothness, and we'll run this through just to give you an idea. It probably won't even make a sound. I don't want you guys to hear the twist, so I straighten it out a little bit. So this stuff is essentially as smooth as a single strand of whatever the fiber is. There's just nothing to it. There's no bumps, lumps. It's pretty flat. The only time you'll hear anything is when it gets twisted up. So it's, with that being said, gotta fish this stuff. It feels really nice. And again, it's round. I mean, you can even kind of see there aren't any like real ridge. Like when I twist it, it stays a little more uniform than when you take something like this. Which again, this Daiwa J-Braid Grant is nice stuff. You see how it kind of gets a little bit more flat and ribbony when you twist it? Not so much. With the Hi Tena. So, hey. Only thing we can do now is see how this performs on a reel, on the water. And it feels tough. Now, I'll have to look up, and I'll add this later on in the video. They call it polefin, P-O-L-E-F-I-N. I don't know if it's polefin or polyfin, but it's not your, the standard trademark name used like Isonis, Spectra, Dyneema, which is Isonis now, where it's, ultra high molecular weight polyethylene. Polyethylene is a different name than polefin. So I don't know if it's actually a different material. They're making claims of upwards of 10 to 20% more strength, or 10% more strength per diameter and 20% less stretch. So we're going to find out. And it's with that being said, stay tuned for that. This is some pretty interesting stuff. And one thing I did notice is when I was running my nail over it, the waxy coating on it came off just a little bit, and that's with a fingernail scoring it. You can see right there, little tiny bit of bleed. And on the packaging, when on their website they say that's normal, which, guys, as long as the fibers aren't solution dyed ahead of weaving and drawing out the fiber, You have to kind of expect that. But I wonder if it gets smoother after you remove some of that coating. Yeah, it stays fairly, just about the same, but it got a little bit limper. You see that? Okay. So we're kind of simulating break it in. See, this is all new to me, guys. This is all new stuff. So many braided lines that I've used over the years are, similar in regards to this. So I want to give this thing a fair shake. And I want to share with you guys everything that I find as I find it. This is the J braid. Oof, I can definitely feel myself burning myself on the J braid where I didn't feel it on this stuff. So, hey, maybe that's to do with how it compresses, flattens out, and wants to grip a little bit more. But a lot of what they say in terms of the coating they use also goes to shed and repel water and prevent absorption. With a lot of loosely woven braids, it has a tendency to do. They pick up water, the line gets soft, heavy, sopping wet, sticks on the spool, doesn't cast as well after you've been fishing it and submerging it for, 10, 20, 30 minutes of your first half hour of the outing. So I can't wait to use this stuff. And until next time, guys, we're going to go ahead and play with this stuff, and links are down below. As always, this is available on Amazon. Very simple. Just click U.S. market Amazon, not the Japanese market or foreign market Amazon. It's as easy as you can possibly get to get this stuff. And check out some of the other stuff they offer. A lot of what they sell is unique to the market. That's kind of what attracted me to reach out to them in the first place. And the first email I sent off to them, I'm like, yeah, everything you guys make seems to be unique, not just copied from somebody else. So yeah, I'm intrigued. I like being intrigued. Doesn't happen very often anymore. So much copycatting. Where's Jaws at? Give me some Jaws. So we just scraped the bejesus out of this line with my fingernail, removed as much of the coating as possible. Let's see. Okay, yeah, this is braided line. We weren't expecting much on that one. With no waxy coating to protect it. And you can see Jaws takes no prisoners. Yeah. That lasted longer. Less carriers, more abrasion resistant. That's what the marketing jargon's going with nowadays. All right, so until next time, guys, tight lines, and I'll see you soon.